pulled up DNA as some sort of evidence against creationism, and it's crazy talk. DNA is a language, and if you saw on a beach, written in the sand, the words, Tommy, come home at 12 o'clock for lunch, you'd say, oh, someone intelligent put those words there. You wouldn't say, oh, the sea just swished up and those words happened by chance, because you're a creature of reason. And so you know that somebody intelligent wrote those words. And DNA is a language. And so to say that DNA just happened by chance is crazy talk. It's to say nothing created everything. Actually, my latest book is called Nothing Created Everything, and it's got a quote by Dawkins in the book, along with a lot of other scientists saying that they believe nothing created everything. Dawkins believes that you and I are cousins of bananas. And so when you probe what these guys believe, what they think, it's totally unscientific. It really is a fairy tale for grown-ups, and creationism is just straight reasonable intelligence.
Yeah.
And by the way, Ray, before I forget, and Evan, not to cut you off, I want you to finish your sentence too. Ray, would you be so kind to give out the websites where people can reach you and where they can buy your book? And I want to give it out again later on, but I like to give it out in the middle of the show and then towards the end.
Well, it's very kind of you. livingwaters.com. livingwaters.com. What might be great is if people sign up for the free email update that Kirk and I send out. Up in the right-hand corner, you'll see where you can sign up for it. We send out video clips and behind-the-scenes video clips, and most clips each week show someone being witnessed to, an atheist being witnessed to, and people find that very helpful. Also, we've got a promo now of all the people that were involved in giving the books out to 170 schools, so people can watch that video clip on originintoschools.com. originintoschools.com.
Okay, wonderful. And Evan, were you saying something?
Oh, I was just going to ask Ray. I was going to say, you pointed out about DNA, and of course, DNA is empirical evidence of design. You get a lot of, the atheists have clung to of this idea that mutation is a mechanism for evolutionary change, but don't find in your studies, Ray, that it's been 70 years of this kind of experimentation. We've concluded the evidence is just overwhelming that mutation is completely incapable of causing the things that evolutionists say.
I know that it's just it's also crazy talk, the whole mutations thing. I went to Paris and I took a camera crew, and we went to the Evolution Museum in Paris and asked to see their evolutionary display, and we couldn't find it. We spent an hour. It's called the Evolution Museum of Paris. We couldn't find anything to do with evolution until we asked an attendant who took us and showed us a stuffed monkey with Lucy written on it in a corner. That's all they had. Then I went to the Smithsonian Institute up in Washington, D.C., and I asked for their evolution display, and all it was all of God's creation, same as the French one. Just huge bones of animals and all this incredible things that God has made, and their evolution display was 3 or 4 monkey-looking folks standing around by a fire. That's all they had. And when you question them, on my blog I says, where is it? And they say, oh, all the transitional forms, species to species, are behind closed doors. They don't bring them out. It's just crazy. They don't have anything at all. To say there's even they say, oh, it's just a handful of species to species fossils. They don't even have a handful. They have nothing at all. The whole thing is a bluff. And so,
no fish dog?
What's that?
Yes.
No fish dog?
No fish dog, Pastor George.
Oh, no fish dog. Yeah, there's no fish dog. There's no bird dog. It's no crocodile.
And then I want to let Gear Up chime in here too. But I want to tell you something, Mr. Comfort, is we did a show here on the radio show called The Madness of Atheism, where we invited our atheist friends to call up and provide proof and evidence that atheism is accurate and correct. In other words, where's the proof and evidence that they think the way they do? And none of them were able to do it. So then I got challenged to call into an atheist radio show and ask them, and I called up an atheist radio show, and there were 4 atheists, and I asked them to provide proof and evidence that atheism was accurate and correct. And you're going to laugh, you guys. You know what they said? They brought up fairies, unicorns, and leprechauns. So I'm reading Ray's book, right? And it says right here, if I can read part of it, you guys are going to laugh. It says, Ray says, atheists don't hate any god, fairy, leprechaun, unicorn. Evidently, this seems to be a pattern of the madness of atheism. It is obsessed about fairies, leprechauns, and unicorns.